Alright, what's going on guys, it's Liam here and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about the recent server outage from Kingsisle on Wizard101. Now, I know I'm a bit late on this topic compared to other people who made videos on it, but I figured it was an important topic to bring up within the community and I'd offer my opinion and my 2 cents on the situation. So in case you don't know, or if you're sleeping under a rock, basically there was this server outage message popping up and everybody got kicked off the game. Literally everybody, PvP, PvE, literally everybody got kicked off of these servers, unfortunately. And you basically weren't able to log into Wiz for, I think it was like around like 15 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, but I think it was like over 10 hours. And yeah, it's a little bit wild. Now, I think a lot of people are upset about this in general, but from my understanding, it's more of the paying members that are more upset about this rather than just, you know, the average casual Joe who gets on to sit in the comments and talk shit to their friends in the dye shop, for example. A lot of the paid players feel like they should be compensated for, well, this long downtime, you know? A lot of people, especially on the weekend, I believe this was a Sunday. A lot of people only play Wiz on the weekends, for example, active paying members. So when they get on the weekend and they're paying for a product and then it's down when they're trying to play, obviously they're going to be a little bit upset about that. Now, I'm of the opinion that this is only a problem for the paying members. If all of Wizard101 was completely free to play, that's fine. Like I said, games go down all the time. And that's actually a tweet I'm going to bring up here is from the community manager, I think Kyle. He said, games go down all the time. Now, a lot of people actually got very upset with how, well, Kingsisle and Kyle handled this. Now, personally, me, I don't really care. Like, the dude is just trying to do his job, okay? At the end of the day, he's just doing his job, right, guys? So, I think it's an issue when you have a membership model, and that's it. Because he's right, games go down all the time. Like free-to-play games, they go down all the time, right? And even on those games that are free-to-play, if it's something bad as like 15 hours, for example, when it wasn't expected, typically they do get compensated, even when it's free-to-play, right? But on Wiz's case, right, you have a membership model, right, where some people might have limited time and they're actively paying to play your game and your product or your servers, right? When they can't get that, obviously they're upset. And I saw this all over my Twitter feed the past couple of days. I'll post some screenshots if I can find it for you guys. So yeah, I do think the members should have been compensated for this. Now, I want to reference us back to, I think, sometime last year where something similar to this happened. I don't remember what it was accurately, but something happened and it was actually turned on all the member benefits for compensation for the players. Now, I think this was a very good way for them to handle it last year. If you guys know what I'm talking about in the comments below, feel free to comment that down there because I forget what happened to make them compensate like that. But I think that was a good way to reward your paying members who weren't able to, well, play the game. You've put on every member benefit for like a week or some shit, you know? I think that was a good idea. But Wiz just coming out and saying like, oh, we're not going to compensate you at all, or you're all just the same if you're paying or not paying. I think that was a very, I mean, to put it lightly, I think there's better ways to handle that, you know? And I'm not trying to throw any hate or shade to Kyle here. He's a nice guy. I've talked to him a couple of times. Very nice guy. Again, he's just trying to do his job. At the end of the day, guys, we should not be blaming Kyle or anybody really at the end of the day from Kingsisle. I know myself likes to obviously make fun of Kingsisle and their game design, but at the end of the day, they are just trying to do their jobs. So yes, I think if you are a active paying member, you know, obviously paying for a product in the servers and some unexpected thing happens and goes down for an extended period of time, yes, I do think you should be compensated quite heavily, actually. Like I said, if the game was actually free to play, I think you can make the argument, well, you don't have to compensate, like things just happen. You don't have to compensate if it was free to play, but again, then you get compared to other free to play titles where this happens and they actually compensate and it actually makes Kingsisle look bad. And that's something I've been seeing a lot is a lot of people are very upset, like I said, with how Kingsisle handled this, and it makes them feel, again, as players, that Kingsisle simply just doesn't really give a damn about you as a player, right? They're like, oh, well, we're not going to compensate you whether you're free to play or paying. We just don't care, you know? So at the end of the day, I think, you know, there's a lot of different stances on this situation. I think ultimately Kingsisle could have handled this better in general. Again, I'm not trying to put all the blame on Kyle here, but I think they could have just done a better job with handling this, and maybe even just the wording would have been slightly better. Would have went a long way. Because yeah, man, like if you think about it, right? If Timmy can only play on weekends, Timmy, you know, let's say he, you know, just got back from going on a trip Friday and Saturday, and then he's back on Sunday. He wants to play his favorite game, Wizard101. And then the servers are down, and he's like, bro, why am I even paying for this shit? You know, like, you gotta understand that kind of side of the spectrum. You know, people get very emotional and upset, rightfully so, when they're paying for something and like it just simply doesn't work. You know, if you order a coffee and it's the wrong coffee, you're probably gonna be like, dude, what the hell? So again, I don't think the players are wrong for being furious here. I just think Kingsisle simply went about it the wrong way, and I think Kingsisle should maybe be a bit more compassionate towards the community. I know we've been saying this the past couple of years, like, oh, Kingsisle, like, I don't know, with our pitchforks, you're such a bad company. You know, a lot of people say that, and I don't think they're a bad company. I think sometimes they're just very disconnected between, you know, 2010 when the game came out, 2008, and the new times with gaming. A lot of things have changed. You know, there's many things. I made a video about this already, talking about how Kingsisle is kind of like living in the past and not like really. They're trying to modernize Wiz, but they're taking a very long time and stuff like that. So I think, again, that just really shows in situations like this where Kingsisle just isn't really keeping up to date with, you know, the current market for games. But I didn't want to make this video and obviously come off across, you know, hating Kingsisle. I wanted to just, you know, be very informative in this video and, you know, offer my opinion on it and why I think paying members are different from free-to-play players, you know, at the end of the day, guys. So let me know your thoughts and feedback down below in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? If you do or you don't, feel free to let me know why. I'm interested. I will be reading them. And yeah, thank you for watching the video. Hope to see you on the next one. Thank you for being here. And as always, take care, y'all.